Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm doing a cartridge comparison. We're going to compare the brand new 6.8 Western to the classic 30-06 Springfield. We're going to go ahead and look at these cartridges to see how they compare to each other ballistically, and to answer the question, can the 30-06 hold up and compete with the 6.8 Western? Let's start with the 6.8 Western. Here in this picture, it's right next to a 270 Winchester. And what the 6.8 Western is, and most of you already know this, is that it's a modernized 270 WSM. So the parent case to the 6.8 Western is the 270 WSM. So it has a sharper shoulder, and it has the ability to seat the bullets out farther, so that you can really take advantage of that case capacity. And most of the 6.8 Westerns have at least a 1-in-8 twist so that you can shoot the heavy, high BC bullets. With this stubby fat case, it gives about 200 to 300 feet per second advantage over the classic 270 Winchester. Let me go ahead and show you the bullet I'm going to use to compare it to the 30-06. I've opened up the Nosler reloading book, and unfortunately, there just isn't a lot of reloading data for the 6.8 Western. But there is reloading data for the 27 Nosler. And the bullet that I want to use in this comparison is the AccuBond long range in the 165 grain. So let's go ahead and flip to the 165 grain and see what the BC is for this bullet. So looking at that AccuBond long range, 165 grain, and the BC is 0.620, so pretty darn high. And just for fun, the 27 Nosler can shoot it up to 3,200 feet per second, and the 6.8 Western can shoot it with factory ammo 2,970 feet per second. And that's what we're going to use in this comparison, that velocity. So a couple days ago, I had someone comment on my channel. One of my subscribers asked, hey, can you do a comparison between the 6.8 Western and the 30-06 Springfield? And my initial thought was, okay, but the 6.8 Western's going to blow the 30-06 out of the water once it gets past, 300 yards. And that is the case when you use your traditional hunting bullets that you might use in the 30-06, like say the 150 grain, the 165, and the 180. But if you use a bigger, higher BC bullet in the 30-06, say like here it is, the AccuBond long range, the 190 grain, it gets a little bit interesting. So here is the 190 grain 30-06 reloading data, and it tops out pretty quick at 2,770 feet per second. And most others, they're in the 2,700 range. And then, I forgot to show you the BC for this bullet. So it has a BC of 0.597, so it's somewhat close to the 6.8 Western's 165. That was 0.620. So it should be quite interesting to see how it compares when you get past that 300, 400, 500 yard mark. So let's go ahead and look at it. Now, to make this comparison fair, since I'm using factory ammo for the 6.8 Western, I was able to find some factory ammo for the 30-06 that shoots the 190 grain AccuBond long range. And I was quite surprised to see the factory velocities on this. Winchester makes this ammo, and they are claiming it will go 2750, which makes it a pretty hot round. So let's go ahead now and see how it compares. All right, we're just going to start with the 6.8 Western, that 165 grain AccuBond long range, and that factory velocity of 2970. The energy is a little over 3,200 foot-pounds. And let's just go ahead and walk it out to 400 yards or so, and it's still going pretty quick, almost 2,400 feet per second, and at 400 yards, almost 2,100 foot-pounds. And the drop is at 23 inches. It's pretty good. Let's just take it out to 500. And as you can see, still quite good energy at 1,800 foot-pounds of energy. And again, the drop 43 inches. So it's a very stout load. And yeah, it's pretty darn good. Okay, the 30-06 with that 190 grain AccuBond long range with the factory velocity of 2750. And your energy almost matches the 6.8 Western at 3190. And let's go ahead and take this out to 400 yards. And the velocity is 2,200 feet per second, so really not far behind the 6.8 Western. And look at that. Who would have thought? This is only about 30 foot-pounds off of the 6.8 Western. So they are extremely close. Now, with this being a heavier bullet and it's not going as fast, it is going to drop more than that 6.8 Western. So it has 29 inches of drop. And I'm just going to take this out to 500 yards. And look, again, it's within like 30 foot-pounds. And there's about 9 inches more of drop in the 30-06. But that's impressive for a cartridge that is over 100 years old. So yeah, the 30-06 with hunting distances can hang just fine with a 6.8 Western. All right, a couple things. So first, I really wish there was more reloading data for the 6.8 Western. There just really isn't any. I'm pretty confident you could get at least 50 to 100 feet per second more when you reload it. But yeah, it's just not there yet. Another thing, you know, I only took this out to 500 yards. You're going to see the 6.8 Western separate itself even more from the 30-06 as you go out to 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000 yards. So yeah, the 6.8 Western is definitely still a better long range shooter. But for you 30-06 owners, you know, you got a great cartridge that with modern bullets and propellant, it's going to hang with the best of them out there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.